Morning. Okay, so Morgan and I are so excited to talk to you guys about becoming a new coach and all your first steps in coaching. And number one, welcome to the team. We are so excited to have you guys. And number two, we know that when you first join, it is so overwhelming. So overwhelming, you have all these trainings thrown at you. You might feel that sense of overwhelm, but we are here to kind of break that down for you and also tell you that, that overwhelm is a choice. And at the end of the day, you are able to choose to sit and feel overwhelmed or take the next steps in the business, break it down, and really take action. And that's going to make you feel so much better also once you just get started and start taking these things and applying them to your business. Because again, this is a very action-oriented business, and we're going to show you guys that. But as soon as you start taking those steps, the overwhelm will fade. But just know that that's normal feelings. Everyone who just started is feeling the same way. We felt that same way. And these are all the best things that helped us, but just know that you are not alone. So number one, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is team calls. So you've probably also seen there's a lot of team calls. You're not sure when they're happening. My number one thing, first and foremost of all things, not just team calls, is to get an agenda or a planner and a notebook just for coaching. Get organized now so that you are not overwhelmed and confused later. So for our team calls, you should schedule these all out in your calendars, whether you use Google Calendar or your planners, whatever works. But we have calls. I'll have Morgan talk about the Team Be Bold calls, but we have calls every single Monday night, 8:25 Eastern is the Team Fight to Finish team call. That's our upline team, okay? Every single Monday at 8:25, there's a speaker from the team, a leader from the team leading something about that call. Every single Sunday night, sorry, I messed it up. Every single second and fourth Sunday of the month, okay? And again, you guys, this is in your welcome emails and in the team pages, so don't stress too much about it. But second and fourth Sunday are the Team Rise Above It calls. That's my team and everyone downline, okay? So everyone's welcome to that call. It's the second and fourth Sunday. Again, get with your coach. Make sure that you have, whether Morgan's your upline or whoever else is your upline, make sure that you have your calls scheduled out in the calendar so it's not overwhelming, but also know that, this business is meant to be flexible. It is meant to, work when you're ready to work and when you have that time. I know that everyone has crazy schedules. Whether you're working or putting the baby down at that time, I totally understand. But if you are free during that time, please try to make it a priority to attend, because it's really going to change everything for you. I noticed that when I was attending the team calls, I was able to get to know the community a little bit better. There's chats going back and forth on the calls. You'll know for sure whether if it wasn't recorded or whatever, that you're on live. But again, don't stress out if you do have work or something, priority that night. That is the point of this business also, to make it flexible for you. So that is all you, but just again, make sure you have those all scheduled out in your calendar and you get with your coach on that. The other kind of like team community type calls that we have, which you probably have seen before, following us on Instagram or wherever, is our Miracle Morning calls. So every single morning, weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 5 to 9 a.m. Eastern. Okay, this is Eastern time zone, 5 to 9 a.m. We try to cover all the time zones in here. But basically what it is a call like this. Everybody's on, but it's muted. Okay, so it's muted. You don't have to talk to anyone bright and early in the morning. I know people worry about that. You don't. You're just muted. You can either work on your business, you can work out, whatever it is. It really helps for that accountability and to just get that, going right away in the morning. A lot of you guys are probably super busy. You're wondering when you're going to fit time in your business. I highly recommend making Miracle Mornings work and spending that extra hour in the morning, even if it's 30 minutes in the morning, to work your business. It's also going to make you feel so much better when you get to work, you get to your full-time job, when you already have that done and out of the way, or already have your workout done and out of the way. So I highly suggest trying to get on those. Again, get with your coach on, if you can't find that call or whatever, the link, and just know that whenever you're working those flexible bits of time, that you guys are able to, which you'll see as we go, but fit that time into pockets of the day depending on what works best for you. So hand it over to Morgan.
Okay, hello again, guys. Welcome to the team. I'm so excited. We are so excited that you guys are here. My name is Morgan Elliott, and I'm one of Taylor's coaches. We run a lot of things together, so I'm super excited. I am going to be talking about so probably you're like, okay, but where do I start? And you're like, I don't even, what do I do? I just all of this stuff and you're not sure what to do. So again, back to what Taylor said, just remember, you can get overwhelmed, but just focus on these things that we're going to share with you and staying consistent on doing those on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and continuing with these 4, what we call vital behaviors, is really, really going to help you like stay successful and just keep you on the right track. We promise we're not going to like set you free. Okay. So the first thing, and what's great about these vital behaviors too, it's not just something like we came up with, it's actually kind of a company thing. And so it's not just like, oh, our team did this. It's really what a company-wide, like coaches at the very top, or whether that's important to you or not, what those coaches are doing or what got them there. So just keep that in mind. So the first vital behavior is, and I love that they're not called rules. Okay, so don't think of it like it's a rule. Just think of it like it's a behavior, and they're all going to be super basic. You're going to be so surprised, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is not a big thing, or this is not going to really work, but it does. You just have to stay consistent. Okay. So first is being a product of the product. So whether or not you started with us already being a boot camper or participating in our programs or challengers, or you're familiar with Beachbody or not, you're probably going to start inside a program. So maybe you're doing 21-day fix, 80-day obsession, morning meltdown, like whatever that is, you have access to Beachbody on demand and you're choosing a program. That right there is always the most important thing, taking care of you, right? You're showing people that it's not just working for your coach, or it's not just working for so-and-so. You're showing that it works for you. A lot of times at the beginning, coaches want to think that they're being salesy on something. It's never feel like I'm selling Shakeology. I never feel like I'm selling products or programs, because I'm literally living that life. I'm sharing what it is. I'm sharing what's working for me. And it's going to feel so much more confident when you do start feeling those results, and seeing those results, you start to feel more passionate about it. So biggest thing, being a product of the product. Number 2 is personal development. And this was probably my biggest thing, because we like to kind of get in our heads with all of these fears and self-limiting beliefs that we have. Like, I'm afraid of judgment, or what are people going to say? And just all of these things. And it's obvious, it's just like all these beliefs that are somewhat logical, because I've been there, but also they're just not true. Right. And the thing that really helped me get over that, and your number 2 vital behavior, is personal development. And I was the girl too that hated the fact that I had to go look for a self-help book, because I was like, I do not have any problems. I am fine the way I am. But I promise it is a game changer, especially in this industry. So I was a teacher too. So, maybe you're in the service industry already, your full-time job, you're constantly pouring into other people. And as a coach, that's what you're going to be doing, is you're going to be helping people, inspiring people, motivating people. You yourself have to feel that way. And the way that you're going to pour into yourself and, uplift yourself every single day is through personal development. So whether it's 10 pages of a book, whether it's a podcast, whether it's an audio book, like whatever it is, I just listen to it when I was on my way home from work or on my way to work. Some things that I recommend book-wise at the beginning: I Am That Girl by Alexis Jones, You Are a Badass, Jen Sincero or something like that, Failing Forward by John Maxwell. We have a ton of recommendations in our team pages as well. The third vital behavior is invite, connect, and follow up. So you're like, okay, yeah, that's the one I'm not going to do. But I promise it's going to be the scariest one for you most of the time. But you just have to realize that you just showing up and working out and posting about it and whatever, it's not going to get people to come to you, right? You have to put in a little bit of work. You have to expect people to see that and stay consistent. And then you have to be willing to invite and share this opportunity with them too. So we're going to talk a little bit about inviting and stuff a little bit later on. So I don't want to dive too much into it. But just remember that it doesn't have to be scary. And that once you start, again, being a product of the products and pouring into yourself through personal development in this team and seeing what it's like, you're going to not want to not share that. You're going to want to help other people get healthy. You're going to want to share this community and this team with other people. The fourth vital behavior is recognition. And this is going to make more sense kind of when you're on board and you're seeing what's going on in our team pages. But basically, this is just like either you yourself shouting other people out, maybe your clients or your boot campers, or you yourself are recognizing your teammates doing that. So whenever Taylor recognizes, one of my fellow teammates on a rank advancement, or they really finished the 80-day obsession, and they've lost X amount of pounds, or they feel this way, you yourself are recognizing that. And that was a huge thing for me, because as a teacher, I think I've said that 100 times, but as a teacher, you don't get recognized for like anything. And, all of this hard work, and I was never a part of that positive community. So whether or not you think it's like a simple, like, I'm just going to write that off, I don't need to do that kind of thing, just embrace it and stay close to the fire, stay close to the team, and recognize, all of these things that are going on, because it's going to fill your cup up. So those are the vital behaviors, and I'm going to send it over to Taylor.
Okay, yes. See, and that's seriously how simple the business really is. And so many people overthink this business and think it has to be more complicated than it is. But if you're doing those 4 things every single day, you're doing the same thing as top coaches are doing. Like that's what everybody is doing. And it really is that simple. So the next thing I want to talk about is social media. So this is also the thing that you guys are probably like, whoa, I don't even know where to start. How do I post my life every day? And there's a lot of things that we kind of, want to go over, but also consider to not be too scared to first post, because again, you guys are going to be like so surprised how many people who do support you and who are cheering you on and excited for you. I know that I was so scared at first. I made my first Facebook post and like shut my computer, wanted to throw up. Like can't look at it for like 24 hours. When I opened it, I was so surprised again how many people and who the people were who were supporting me. So again, the people who support you, those are the only people who matter right now, and everybody else, like it doesn't matter right now. They're not your people. They're not who you're meant to help. And you're also going to be shocked. I am now almost 4 years into this business, who ends up coming back around, because a lot of people do when they realize that you're not going anywhere and that this really works. So the biggest things that we want you to think about on social media are, number one, how you want to carry yourself. So when you look at other coaches that you follow, or how you were attracted to your coach, whoever your coach is, or whatever the coach is, that inspire you on social media, how are they carrying themselves? How is someone going to see your profile and want you to be their coach? Again, right now, you guys want to start acting like the coach that you want to be. Whether you are brand new or you've been a coach for 6 months and you're just getting into the business, you want to act like that coach. You want to be professional. So think about your profile picture. What kind of profile picture do you have? It should be a bright headshot of you smiling. This doesn't have to mean you have to spend the money to get headshots, but it does mean that needs to be a bright smiling picture. Go out with your husband, go outside, get ready, have them take a picture of you and smile. Make sure that it's professional in that profile picture, not just a picture of you like sticking your tongue out or like out whatever with multiple people. Have it be of you. The next thing you want to think about is your bio. So that quick little Instagram bio that you see on everybody's profile, that takes 2 seconds for someone to read. In that 2 seconds, they're going to figure out if they want to follow you or they don't want to follow you. So you want to make sure that you are speaking to your person. You're not just being super broad. So you don't just want on here, I'm a virtual health coach, and then like a little picture of a dog, like dog mom, and then like corporate worker, like just that, like just those couple things. And although we may seem like that's our brand, we want to get even more specific. We want to get very tailored into our brand and our mission statement. So this is huge. I think this is something that a lot of people are missing on their bios, is their mission statement. So who are you here to help? Your entire bio should be about your girl who you're trying to help. So on my bio, it says something like, I'm helping busy moms get fit and make money from home, right? Because I am a mom, I'm working from home, I'm working on my transformation from home, and those are the people that I'm really targeting right now. Morgan's is something like, traveling and getting out of debt, with coaching. So again, she is not single, but single as without kids, married, traveling, and, is paying off her debt like crazy. So again, those are the people she's talking to, are those 20 to 30 somethings who are trying to pay off debt and traveling the world. So again, those are 2 different people that we are speaking to. That's our mission statement. So think about your mission statement, who you are and who you're trying to help. And then think about those top 3 things that make you you. So I talk a lot about my postpartum fitness journey, being a girl mom or a mom. So start to think about those specific things that make you you. Maybe you work in corporate and you want to say something about that, or you love to travel, or there's certain brands that you love. Whatever that is, speak to your person, but also have that mission statement. So again, look at a few other coaches' bios, see who inspires you, but kind of use that inspiration to create your own. The next things that you want to think about is that link in your bio. So please don't go post your Team Beachbody site link in your bio. Don't post that ever really anywhere, because it comes off really salesy. Again, if you just had someone post on Facebook, like, here's my link, go purchase from me, that seems really salesy. So we want to really focus on helping our people. So along with that bio, who are we trying to help? We want to direct them to go fill out that link in the bio and have it be professional. So again, you can look at ours, but we have like applications to join our boot camp, applications to join our coaching family. This is very professional. It helps people know that we're really getting to know them, and then plugging in their goals, so that when we have that conversation with them and reach back out, we know what we're talking about. And we also just feel a lot more professional, and it feels more professional to them. The other good reason to have a link in your bio is a lot of people aren't going to want to comment or reach right out to you. That's scary for them. It's nerve-wracking. A lot of people just want to click on a link in a bio and just kind of fill it out and send it and wait for you to come to them. So make sure that you have this. You guys can Google how to do these forms. I promise there's Google YouTube videos out there. I personally use Typeform and Google Form. So you could use either of those forms. You can Google how to make one. It's pretty self-explanatory when you go to the sites, and feel free to pick and take questions and create it your own. And then in order to I get this question a lot, but them all linked together into one link is Linktree, Linkree. That's a Linktree site. And you're going to take your couple links that you made, maybe a coaching application, a bootcamp application, maybe you want to include your Facebook link, and then you can link all 3 links into one link in Linktree, and then just include that Linktree link in your bio. Again, all these things together, that profile picture, that bio, that link is going to make you look very professional. The next thing we want to think about is our brands. So who are we speaking to? And I do want to say that the number one training that I've seen is one Morgan did. It's in our Coach Clubhouse, and I'm going to talk kind of how our Clubhouse is laid out in a little bit here, but it's in the unit section, and it's called Instagram Branding Party. Write that down, because if you really want to nail your Instagram, I highly recommend putting this on your list to watch, because she covers all the things, how to make your feed be you and look professional and look good. So a couple things that you want to think about for your pictures is you want them to look good, right? So when you go to someone's Instagram bio, or Instagram, you don't have like a bunch of different filters so their feed doesn't look good. They often have the same filter and look like a feed. This is your newspaper feed. It should look very professional. And when someone scrolls to the feed, they should be able to say like, hey, that's Morgan's picture. I know it is because of her filter. So you want to kind of play with filters and figure out what's you and what, speaks to you in your brand. So there's a lot of apps listed in our Coach Prep School and on our team pages. I do love Lightroom. So Lightroom is by Photoshop. You can purchase presets from people or create like your own little, edits within Lightroom. Again, if you guys have questions about this, you can ask your coach. But we do have multiple links listed in the Coach Prep School as well if you have questions about that. The next thing is that brand that I kind of just talked about. So what makes you that you're going to also portray in your feed. So that's in your bio, but if someone sees it in your bio, that's what they expect to see on your feed. So we don't want you just posting about coaching and just posting about fitness, because that's going to be very, look a lot more salesy, and it's going to be hard for people to relate to you, because not everybody works out every day. Not everybody is already there yet and can relate to that fitness side of things. You're going to more feel like a little fitness robot instead of, why do they relate to you specifically? So with your brand, break down 5 things about you. Okay, what are those 5 things? Health and fitness and coaching should be just one of those brands, one of those things you talk about. The other 4 should be things about you. So start to think like, what's your favorite brands? Are you a mom? Are you a dog mom? Do you travel a lot? Did you just move? Do you love decorating your home and home decor? Do you love, outdoors, going hiking? Think about those things about your life, about your, those people in your inner circle, whether you're a mom or you're a dog mom, those kind of things. And then what you like to do. What are those things that make you you? Those are the things that you want to portray on your social media. So number 1, we'll want you to write down all 5 of those things, and then make sure that you're talking about all those things on social media. It's not just talking about, going through Morning Meltdown, whatever program that you're doing, so that those people can relate to you. The other thing here is a lot of people have the question of, do I create a new Instagram or do I keep my current Instagram? This is something that you can decide. I personally recommend keeping your current Instagram and building it into your coaching Instagram. The reason being is, like I just said, you're going to talk about all things in your life. There's no longer a reason now to have a personal Instagram and a fitness Instagram or a coaching Instagram, because all that thing's going to be on one Instagram. If I post about Charlie, still on my main Instagram. If I post about working out, still on my main Instagram. So there's no reason to have to. If you already did it, that's okay. You can build from nothing. But again, I do recommend starting with those followers you already have, utilizing them, because you're going to be surprised how many of them are interested in what you're doing. And if they want to unfollow you, they could unfollow you. I wouldn't worry about that at all. So that's my recommendation there. The other thing is Instagram stories. This is kind of the last Instagram thing I want to talk about, but this is the number one, even more than posting, I think the number one thing new coaches are worried about. They're like, what am I going to post about? I don't know what to say. I'm not confident talking on, Instagram stories yet. My life is super boring. I have nothing to post about. And honestly, you guys, that's the point. Like, people are creepy. They want to watch all that stuff, like reality shows. Why do we watch what people are doing every day, right? Like, my life isn't exciting either, but people are still watching my stories every day. So people should be able to come to your story and see what you did that day. Like, I want to know how your day was and what your workout looked like. And, a funny thing you said or did, or your husband did, or whatever it is. Like, that's the point of the Instagram stories. and you're going to get more comfortable as you go. Just like live video and doing these calls, Morgan and I were always confident, leading team calls and videos like this at all. It gets more comfortable as you go, and Instagram stories the same way. So start by, recording little workout clips from your workout. Then, maybe talk a little bit on it more, maybe invite to coaching and share a little bit more about the coaching opportunity, all those things. Again, I do recommend not following a bunch of other coaches, but if you're struggling with Instagram stories and you really don't know where to get started, I have an album on my phone of Instagram story ideas. So if I see something good Morgan did, I'll screenshot it and save it into an album on my phone, and then I'll recreate it to make it my own. So that helps me kind of get creative and get ideas flowing if you're really, really struggling with this. But my biggest advice is just to get out there, start posting on them, start talking, start getting comfortable and sharing everything in your life, because this is what's going to relate people to you and have them, want to be in your circle. So that's why.
Okay, I love all of that. And I'm sure your hand is tired. You writing down, okay, I need to make a link. I need to take a picture. I need to do all of these things. You guys remember our social medias have been around for a while, right? It's constantly, you're going to feel like you might have messed up on this photo or you didn't say this exactly right. So it's going to take time. Don't feel and do not get overwhelmed by having to do everything all at once. It's constantly going to just add in one thing a week or one thing or just switch this. And we're going to help you mentor it. We're going to help you mentor you to create that feed, right? And so it takes time. And I was definitely the person that felt like I was boring and just average. And I always like to say my most popular Instagram post ever was me standing in my kitchen with my cabinets open, and I said, literally my caption was, I never remember to shut my cabinet doors. So people, they want average. They want to see me watching Dateline and drinking wine. It's not, don't feel like you're boring and average. Everyone is boring and average, okay? So next, I'm going to talk about your very first rank advancement. So rank advancement basically is something you want to shoot for in your business, and it doesn't, sure, there's a label and there's a fancy saying to go with it, the shiny diamonds and emeralds and whatever, but basically it just means that you're moving your business forward. And obviously as a coach, that's what you want to mean. It means you're helping more people and you're helping more people help people. So your very first rank advancement is called, in goal as a coach, so write this down, put some stars by it, is an emerald. You want to become an emerald coach. Right now, you're just a coach, okay? So you want to become an emerald coach. It's going to be your very first rank advancement. Every Thursday is when rank advancements kind of come in. So I would set this goal for maybe a week or 2 weeks out. And from today that you're watching this video and say, I want to be an emerald coach by this day, whatever then the next 2 Thursdays are. Thursdays are paydays, rank advancement days. So you kind of might see that happening on our social medias too. But basically as a coach, what you're able to do is onboard clients and you're able to onboard coaches. So those are 2 different things. As an emerald coach, to become an emerald coach, you have to have 2 coaches underneath you. So the awesome thing about this is, though, that coaches don't necessarily have to want to work the business. So they don't have to be like you and get on these calls and, want to post and do all of these things. My mom and my husband were my very first 2 people that I enrolled to hit Emerald. And neither of them sell, work the business, do anything, right? So as an Emerald, that's kind of what it looks like here. You would have a coach on your left and you have a coach on your right. That makes you an Emerald coach. Those 2 people can be people that maybe you just want to invite to do a program with you. It could be just people like your mom or your husband. I always, whenever I'm inviting someone or talking to someone, I always prioritize coaching aspect of it, because they're going to get 25% discounts. It's actually cheaper if they do enroll as a coach, no matter if they're starting if they continue or not. They would have access to these team pages, these calls. Eventually, if they might want to work the business, they have this opportunity. A lot of times what happens is they get in and then they don't even realize or understand what it is. So they see how it works, and then that just makes them more curious. And then it turns around, they freaking want a business too. No, that's not always going to happen, but having them there to at least have that option and it's free to cancel is a no-brainer. So again, this is your goal for the first 2 weeks. That is the format. So a coach on your left and a coach on your right. The reason too that I put, and Taylor did the same thing, was put our mom on one leg and our husband on the other leg, was because generally those first 2 people that you want to enroll have the the most potential to make the most money. So like, for example, my husband right here is on this leg. Everything that's underneath us now, we are earning together, right? So it's just a smart financial decision as a couple to kind of place that there so we're both earning that income. Again, there's just so many trainings. We're not going to go like into super big detail about details. We're not going to go into details completely on this call. There's other like things about signing up your spouse and Emerald and things like that that we can link you to. And you should definitely, after you watch this call, like send us a message to be like, okay, I'm ready to hit Emerald, and we'll like just walk you through the whole process. But again, Emerald is just a decision. Like as soon as you decide, okay, this is the first thing I got to do. Those are my 2 people. I'm going to place them there. Done. Bam. On to the next goal. That's as simple as it is, right? That means your business is open. So I'm going to hand it over to Taylor for your next goal.
Yes, that was perfect. So next, once you lock in Emerald, your next goal is Success Club. So Success Club is basically like the system that Beachbody created to benchmark successful coaches. So when they were looking at successful coaches saying like, okay, how many people are these people onboarding a month? What are they doing to really make money and grow their business? They created the Success Club system. So this is a really good system to go by. There are points attached to it, so I'm going to break down those points a little bit, but don't get too stressed out in the numbers, and always remember that there is a life tied to this number, and it really is helping people change lives. But we also want to show you why this is the smartest way to do it, and why it saves, not only the customer money, but it's also the smartest way to do it for yourself as well. So what Success Club is the same thing that you guys signed up with, is a challenge package. So this is the most cost-effective way to become involved with Beachbody. Basically what they do is they bundle everything together in one package: fitness, nutrition, support, the supplements, whatever supplement they decide, all in one package. So the most common package is the basic Beachbody On Demand package for $160. Again, you guys can look on the website and go through all the challenge package and kind of see what they all look like. But the basic one is the Beachbody On Demand one, where they get a whole year of BOD. They get a bag of Shakeology or Stack Up the Performance line. They get access to all of our groups, the nutrition, all of the things, the shaker cup. Basically, it's a one size fit all. Everything is in there. So the difference of signing them up with that versus like if they got all those things separate. So if you just signed up with someone with BOD, that's $99. If you just signed up with someone with a bag of Shakeology, that's $130. If you wanted to sign someone up as a coach, that's $40. So that ends up being like $300, way more money than you want to spend signing up a coach. So the also benefit of signing up with the challenge pack is that they can sign up as a coach for free. So like Morgan just talked about signing up those 2 people for Emerald, they don't have to pay anything extra above this challenge pack. If anyone ever wants to sign up as a coach, it is free. I am going to direct you towards a training after this about, why to sign up everybody this way, but not to overwhelm you too much at first. That is the most cost-effective way to sign anybody up is with a challenge pack. So that's the value behind it. Every challenge pack is worth 2 points, okay? 2 points per challenge pack, 2 points per person. And then the Success Club system, your benchmark is Success Club 6, okay? 6 or above is your goal every single month. So you want to help 3 people get signed up with a challenge pack and get started every single month. More, that's awesome. But your benchmark should be Success Club 6. So say you just added your 2 people for Emerald, both with the challenge pack, you should already be at Success Club 4. You only need 1 more person to hit your first goal of Success Club 6 this month, which is so doable. Beachbody also rewards you for hitting Success Club. So they give away different gifts. Us as coaches give away different incentives for Success Club. And also they have something called the Success Starter Program. This is another thing along with that goal of Emerald you have written down. You want to be a success starter. So this is the biggest goal that you should really be pushing for. And that means you hit Success Club 6 or above your first 3 months in your business. So it can actually be your first 3 consecutive or your second, third, and fourth month. So say you signed up in August, you can hit it in September, October, November still. It doesn't have to be August, September, October. It just has to be consecutive. So talk to your coach about that. Make sure you look at like that date you enrolled so that you know what 3 months you're really shooting for. But that is helping 3 people a month for 3 months in a row. And there's a ton of rewards for this also. Again, us as coaches give you different incentives. So ask your coach what that is for you. But you also get a free ticket to Summit. So the next kind of thing I want to talk about is the events that we have. There are so many events as coaches, and you guys have probably seen we're traveling. How do we earn those? How do we get to go? You can earn your first free ticket to an event by hitting a Success Starter. So if you hit that your first 3 months, you get a free ticket to our annual coaching event, which is called Summit. It is every summer. So next year it is in New Orleans. So you'll be able to get a free ticket to that, which is super exciting. And it's about $175 value, I believe, for new coaches. And you will get that completely free and you won't have to purchase that. So that's your first win as a Success Starter on top of the other little gifts you'll get on your way of hitting it. A couple other events that we have, there's Super Saturday events. So these are something that happens every single quarter. Us as your coaches, we post it in the team page and just let you know. We do remind you of these things coming up and say, look in your location. But a Super Saturday is something that happens in every state. So they're all around. And when that happens, it's a quarterly event. They're usually about 3 hours long. You can, bring coaches or friends or whoever to it. You can meet up with local coaches of ours to the events. But it's a great way to get to your first event, to meet people, to see people in real life, to learn more. There's trainings from corporate. Super trainers fly around and do live workouts at the events, and it's just a super good thing to go to. So I believe the next one is in October. So keep your eye out for that. But those are the two biggest events to kind of think about right now. There's a lot more as you go and as you start earning Success Club points and things like that on the way. But those are the first two that you really, really want to push towards.
Okay, now you're like, all right, I got to get 3 people and 2 of them need to be coaches. So you're like, how the heck do I get those people? And that's a great question to ask. But before you really get into that, I want you to always, always, always remember why you're doing this. Okay, because what I see a lot of times from new coaches is they get in that, okay, I got to hit Success Club. I got to sign up these people. I got to get these numbers. I got to do this. I got to sell them these things. All right. But you have to remember that there's a person behind it. You're not doing this. You didn't sign up as a coach to hit Success Club. You signed up to help other people. So when you're talking to people and you're inviting them and you're sharing your story, remember why you wanted to help them get healthy in the first place. Write it down, okay? Is something impacting your family? Is it because it's changing the way you feel? It's changing the way that your family acts, the way that you treat other people. You have to write down your why. Constantly write down your why. Think about those goals. Think about the big picture of why it is you're doing this, especially on days where it's going to be hard and you don't want to show up and you don't feel like you're inspiring, or when people are telling you no, you have to remember like why you're doing this. And this is also going to help you not feel salesy when you start to talk to people. Like I said at the beginning, like I never feel like I'm, offering something outrageous or like trying to sell something to people, because I'm just sharing what it is I'm doing. But your first few people, you're going to probably want to make a list, right? You're going to make a list of kind of those people that you really want to help, or those people that you really want to kind of link arms with and go on this journey with you, whether it be fitness wise or coaching wise. I like to think of things like a warm market and a cold market. So like your warm market is going to be people that you generally know. Your cold market is going to be people that you find on Instagram, people that strangers that you don't know, maybe probably Taylor and I. Your cold market is going to take a little bit longer to build, right? You can't just show up on Instagram, start working out, and have like all these people like immediately trust you. And that's why you have to put in all of these other pieces together. That's going to take time. That's going to consistently build. So right away, I would think about your warm market, right? And don't feel like those people are going to say no automatically, okay? A lot of times we just write people off before we even say anything to them. I didn't invite my very best friend to do this, and it was only like a small part of it. It wasn't like anything big until literally this summer. So 2.5 years into it, and she was like, oh my gosh, yes, like why did you take so long to ask me? You just cannot write people off. So if you do the things and you stay consistent, I promise this will start to pay off. When you are talking to people, and again too, like there's so many different trainings and more detailed kind of stuff. If conversations is something that's like you feel like is scaring you or you're not sure what to say, those are all trainings in like more detailed we can help you with. This is just kind of like an overview, but generally you're going to kind of start with your list of friends and family. There's a list of like even like librarian, yada, 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 in our new coach welcome guide you can check out. But again, it's the people that you want to do things with. So when I say do things, I mean like go out to dinner and go to Target and go to the movies and go to a concert. I never, ever, ever, if my friend texts me, says, hey, you want to go to Target? I never feel like I'm being sold to. I don't walk into Target and be like, oh my God, why is that dollar spot section sitting right there? I don't get mad about that. So it's just those type of people because they already trust you, okay? And gonna move on to the last thing. Taylor's gonna take it away.
All right. So at this point, you're probably like, there are so many things, so many notes that you have, so many goals that you want to hit, and just you really want to get started. I know it can be scary to get started at first. And the biggest thing for you guys to know is you're going to fail a little bit. You're going to, throw up a post and be like, hey, that post sucked, or whatever it is. And we all did that. And I want you guys to know that that's okay. And that's how you're going to learn. And that book that Morgan recommends is amazing, the Failing Forward book. And it's so true with this business that in order to learn, it is failing forward and taking that action, and just getting started is the biggest thing. And we are here as your mentors to help you. We're going to help you, critique your Instagrams and help you with conversations. And if you're ever stuck in a conversation, send it to us and let us know. Like, you as new coaches are always our priority. So never feel afraid to talk to us or ask us those questions. If you are going forward and you're like ready to go and you're like, I want to learn more trainings, I want to learn about this, I want to learn about that, there are a wealth of trainings on top of team calls that we have, and we do have them all saved. So in our team pages, we try to keep them as organized as best as we can, but we do have past calls saved. And I was going to share my screen for just one quick second so I can show you guys this. But in the Coach Clubhouse, again, there's way more trainings than just these. But we went through and tried to link the most popular trainings that we have that people watch all the time. So in a couple of your team pages, you will see this unit section. Check out your team pages, see what ones have it, because there's a lot of trainings organized in that unit section. So if you click on that, you're going to go through and see 7 units. So again, it's not too overwhelming. There's not too much in this one yet, but it's going to have, the new coach things here. We're going to put our new coach call here for you guys to watch. And then if you go through here, social media training, this is the Instagram branding video I was talking about of Morgan's. These are top tips to inviting trainings. This is the other one I was talking about with the VIP membership. So this is why it is smart to sign everybody as a coach, whether they want to coach or not. If you're interested in that, you want to see scripts, things like that of why to sign people up this way, not, just signing a client as a client. Why does it even make sense to sign a client as a coach? Again, I promise it's smart. It's going to save them money as well, signing up as a coach, whether they want to coach or not, because they're going to get our 25% discount. But this is just explaining more in depth of why we do that and how it's going to help you hit your first rings of your business. Again, these are all just our top trainings here. So you can go through and look at, different team pages that we have. We try to keep them as organized as possible. The team calls are always recorded if you can't make it on live, and post it in our team pages. If you are looking for something specific, type it in the search bar. There's also a search bar in every Facebook page that you guys can, search through and, search recruiting, and recruiting's going to pop up with a bunch of videos. So just search those. Always search first before you ask questions in the team page. Not that you can't ask questions, but I promise you there's so many answers out there. You guys just search the word, you're going to find so much. Also, there's something called Success Partners that we love to pair you up with. So once you hit Emerald, we pair you up with what's called a success partner. It's like your buddy in this business of someone that you can run with versus, just your coach. So this is someone you're able to run groups with and set goals with and meet with. I know that when I started with my success partner, she really helped the success of my business because we were very, in a friendly way, competitive with each other. We pushed each other. We helped each other hit those goals. And she was someone that I could, if I thought that was a dumb question I didn't want to ask my coach, I would ask Amy, and we'd do groups together and we'd run them together. So if you would like a success partner and you'd like to be paired up with one, make sure to also message us that you're interested in it, and we can kind of take the time to figure out who is a lot like you, who has the same goals as you, and we can pair you up with them. Also, write down all of your questions so that you have them after this call, have them organized, because now you can also schedule a one-on-one with one of us or whoever your coach is. So whoever your coach is, you can schedule a one-on-one call. Make sure you have your questions written down for this call. Message us after this. Let us know, hey, I watched the new coach call. I'm ready to start our one-on-one. And during that call, we'll answer all of your questions. We'll go through your first goals in the business. We'll help you, map that out and just help you get started and help you with those first couple steps that you might be scared to take or not know where to start. That's what we're here for. So make sure you message us for that. To kind of finish it off, this is in your hands now, okay? So you guys have everything you need to know. It is your choice whether you want to take this and run with it and run with this business, or take it and walk and maybe not do anything with this business. That is your choice. It is all in your hands right now. This is everything you need to know. But if you are ready to run, make sure that you message us. Make sure that we have that call. We can get started together. And yeah, I hope that helped. That's everything. All right.